poof! Ghosted like Casper, right? No, no more. It's done happening to you. The real reason clients ghost you, guys, most accountants think clients ghost because of price. You think that. You also think maybe it's timing, right? Or maybe you didn't follow up enough, but that's all wrong. After thousands, I would say millions, thousands, gosh, millions at this point, listening and doing sales conversations myself, here's what I've learned. It's that people rarely tell you why they don't buy. They tell you what you want to hear. They tell you what sounds polite, and then they disappear. And we want to get away from that. And if you don't understand human behavior, you'll spend your career chasing ghosts instead of creating clients. We don't want any more Caspers, right? No more ghosts. Today I'm going to show you why people really ghost, what prospects are secretly thinking, the hidden psychology behind every lost sale, how to identify a ghost before they disappear, right? How to prevent ghosting before it ever happens. Guys, it's not sales training, it's human behavior. Accounting is logical. Sales is emotional. It's about people, right? And people are predictable. Once you understand them, you'll dominate forever in closing. So, look, lesson 1, module 1, whatever you want to call it, write this down. People don't ghost you, okay? They ghost their own emotional discomfort. This is the first thing most salespeople never understand, guys, that nobody enjoys saying, I'm scared, I don't want to do this, I need to, I don't think I'll actually do the work. All those goofy things that they say, I'm afraid to look stupid. Those conversations create emotional tension, and human beings naturally avoid emotional tension. So instead of telling you the truth, they disappear, right? Ghosting is conflict avoidance, not communication. Guys, think about yourself. That sales guy calling you back all the time, you don't get back to him, right? Think how many times you've avoided difficult conversations, breakups, returning calls, delivering bad news. Well, your client does the exact same thing. So ghosting is not a sales problem. Ghosting is a human behavior problem. Well, let's hijack it. Let's figure it out. No more Caspers, right? Let's go to Module 2, Lesson 2. Every sale is a battle between two futures. So I feel like most accounts think buyers make logical decisions, and they don't. The brain is comparing two futures. Your prospect's brain is comparing two futures, right? So future number 1 would be the future that they want, right? Which is more income, more time with family, not worrying about the business, not spending hours working on the business. So more freedom, more clients, less stress, more growth. Then we have future number 2, which is the future that they fear, right? Making a mistake, losing more money, looking foolish, getting overwhelmed, failing again, right? The prospect buys when the desired future overrides the fear future, and the prospect will ghost you when the feared future overrides the desired future. So this changes everything, because now you're no longer trying to sell accounting, you're trying to help someone gain confidence and your solution to stop their current pain. All right, let's go to Lesson 3, Module 3. People don't buy when they understand. Okay, they buy when they're confident that your services will fix their problems. And this will probably be the most valuable lesson in the whole video. Look, you love information because you're an accountant, but humans buy certainty, and that's a huge difference, right? Many accountants think, if I explain more, they'll buy. That's wrong. The more confused someone is, and the more confused you make them with your accounting jargon, the less likely they are to move forward. So you have to speak to outcomes. Understand the brain hates uncertainty, but it loves certainty. So the most successful firms don't necessarily have the most knowledge, but they are experts at creating the most certainty. How do we do that? By talking about solutions and outcomes of using the services. So when a prospect leaves your conversation thinking, I know exactly what happens next, I trust this process, I know what steps are next, I know where I'm going, the sale becomes dramatically easier. All right? Let's go to Module 4, Lesson 4. The objection is almost never the objection. So when a prospect says, I need to think about it, that is actually not the reason, okay? When they say it's too expensive, that's not the reason either. You hear timing objections. It's not correct, okay? Those are rarely the reason. Those are surface objections. Underneath them is usually one of 5 fears. And let's knock those 5 fears out. Okay, so fear number 1 would be, I don't trust you. Okay, so it's a trust problem, not a price problem, right? Fear number 2 would be, hey, I don't trust the process, right? They don't believe that your solution will work. Fear number 3, and make sure you're writing these down. You're only hurting your future firm's revenue and your income. It's insane. The next thing, or your sales process, right, if you're a salesman, Fear number 3, I don't trust myself, right? One of the biggest hidden objections, they're not going to tell you this. They aren't questioning you. They're questioning themselves. Will I follow through? What if I don't follow through? What if I waste this investment? What if I fail again, right? Fear number 4, fear of loss. Guys, humans fear losing far more than they desire gaining, okay? It's hardwired into us, right? Pain. Future, there's a few things here. Future pain, solved, great. Put them in a future outcome where they're winning, great too. But understand this, humans fear loss more than they desire gaining. Okay, so hopefully you're smart enough to pick up what I'm putting down. All right, let's go to fear number 5. Fear of regret. People imagine making the wrong decision. Okay, they freeze, they disappear, they ghost. So fear of regret. They do not, remember, the amygdala is protecting them back here. Don't mess up. Don't do it. Don't make mistakes. Okay, you have to make them sell themselves on why they need your services. And John, what happens if we go another 6 months and this is not fixed? Talk to me about that. Right? Oh, they're going to sell themselves, right? All right, lesson 5, module 5. The clients will tell you everything. They do, if you know how to listen, right? Most salespeople listen to words. Elite salespeople listen to behavior. Behavior never lies. This is what I want you to start watching for. Delayed responses. That means interest is dropping. Okay, short answers. Emotional engagement is dropping. We got less enthusiasm. Their confidence in the buy is dropping. The certainty is dropping. Future language is disappearing, meaning that buying intent is dropping. And when you see that octane in the energy level drop, something has changed emotionally. And the prospect may not say it, but their behavior does. Their tonality does. And behavior is always more honest than words, okay? You got to think. We first spoke with body language, okay? It's the same brain. Nothing has changed. All right, lesson 6, module 6. The moment the deal is lost. This is what I hate, especially in one-on-one coaching. Guys, it kills me. But most deals aren't lost after the call. They're lost during the call. The prospect mentally checks out, the salesperson never noticed, and then they're shocked when nobody answers a follow-up call. Hey, dummy, you weren't actively listening. You weren't truly paying attention. You were premeditating responses and not downloading data, not doing the things I've taught you, right? So you have to understand, you're shocked when nobody answers follow-up calls. Well, the ghosting happened days earlier. The prospect simply didn't announce it. Every sales conversation has a moment where certainty either rises or it falls. So you got to get good at identifying that moment. That's your job. That's your new job. Write down, my new job is identifying the moment when certainty drops, rises or falls. All right, lesson 7, module 7. I can't say it enough. Stop selling accounting, okay? Start selling the future. They do not wake up wanting accounting, nor bookkeeping, tax, or advisory. They want outcomes, freedom, confidence, fixed problems, profitability, control, growth, and time, peace of mind, a better life. Stop selling the vehicle, sell the destination. People don't buy accounting, they buy what accounting helps them become. Let's go to lesson 8. All right? Guys, the biggest ghosting prevention strategy I will teach you. And remember, I'm a sales trainer, so I know what the heck I'm talking about. And I've done it at the highest level, higher level than most people will ever reach in their life. And I did it at a young age. Lesson 8, module 8, the biggest ghosting prevention strategy. For me, what I see is atrocious. It's either non-existent or it's wrong. So I see a lot of people, and they'll follow up with just checking in, following up, wanting to see if you have any questions. It sucks. And I can't believe that people actually think that works. But it's not your fault. It's what you heard. It's what you heard your whole life. So, look, reconnect them to the future they told you that they wanted. So, hey, Stephanie, last time we spoke, you mentioned you wanted to stop working 70-hour weeks and start building a business that could run without you. Boom! Hey, last time we spoke, you told me your goal was adding another $100,000 in annual revenue. Or just leave it at that, or you can add to it and say, I was just thinking, hey, last time we spoke, you told me your goal was adding another $100,000 in annual revenue. I was just thinking about you. I came up with a plan, wanted to give you a call to see if I had another quick 15 minutes to go over how I can help you achieve that ROI. I'm back in the game. Hey, Jaden, I was just thinking about you. Just talked to a business owner who was in the same spot. We just onboarded it and on. They're getting ready to solve X, Y, and Z. Boom. Yeah, it's just unique. You have to be uncommon in a common world. You have to come up with ways to get yourself in the game. And understand that people move when emotion returns, not when reminders arrive. All right, let's go to Lesson 9, Module 9. It's all about just getting back in the game and not using generic terms that they've heard about. Heck, send them an Elmo GIF. Where'd you go? Right? Have some fun with it. Like, you got to think outside the box. It's 2020. We're in the 2020s, 2030s, 2040s. Like, you got to be on your toes, man. The game's always changing. I know I'm always learning, so the more I learn, the more I earn. Always changing the game, right? So, it's one of my tactics that I teach is sending GIFs, funny GIFs, to get people to respond. Where should we go from here? Hey, John, just so you know, since we spoke, your business has lost this amount of money. Where should we go from here? I mean, what are we doing? All right, the highest level of sale. Hit them with a text. That text alone right there. Beautiful. All right, Lesson 9, the highest level of sales, Module 9. The highest level of sales, write it down, it's not persuasion. It's diagnosing. You have to understand that the best accounts diagnose financial problems, but the best salespeople diagnose human problems. So, yes, you can diagnose financial problems, but when you want to close a deal, you got to connect with the person, okay? What are we looking for? Fear, uncertainty, confusion, lack of confidence, indecision. The person who diagnoses the problem most accurately becomes the trusted advisor. The trusted advisor gets the business. It is what it is. Happens every time. All right, here. I will leave you with this. First of all, if you made it to the end of the video, shoot me an email. I'll send you an ebook for free. Right, on In the Black, Red to Black, will help you out. Just remember this. If you remember nothing else from this video, clients don't ghost because they hate you, all right? They ghost because something inside feels uncertain. Your job isn't to pressure people, but your job is to understand people, because every sale is ultimately just a transfer of belief. That's all it is, every single time. Do you truly believe you can help them? Well, yeah, then sell the outcome of the solution, which is going to change their current pain or maybe future pain that they don't realize that they have. So you have to understand, the accountant who creates the most certainty will always outperform the accountant who simply knows the most. And once you understand that, no more Caspers, no more chasing ghosts. All about creating clients and client retention. So, boom, we'll see you in the next video.